Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Prowler only. Last time we took on Hellblade Glavenus G5 and this time we'll be taking on Deadeye Yian-Garuga G5. This quest is interesting to say the least. A couple of things on equipment. I have actually given our cats some better armor. They're deviant armor now, it's not just Valstrax armor. And they also have the Garuga Fan Cross, which is a little bit more poison. I think 4 more poison element on the boomerang side. I don't even know about the physical side. It's probably not as much. So maybe they'll be getting a few more poisons. I don't quite have enough Deadeye scraps, the perfect ones, to get the Deadeye fan. So hopefully we'll get them here, and once we get those, we'll be able to give our cats the best poison weapon they can get. Either way, we'll go ahead and take the quest. Has us hunting 2 Deadeye Yian-Garuga and a Silverwind Nargacuga showing up about 30% of the first one's health. Either way, we'll go ahead and head on out. All right, we are back at the sanctuary, so that means if you have Percatster, you can go back to the camp. I say Percatster, it's Farcatster in the English translation. I'm thinking of the fan patch from Double Cross. I've been thinking about that a lot with the deviants. Keep calling Nightcloak Falfestio Hazewing Falfestio, because that's what it's called there. Either way, I haven't done this one yet. It shouldn't go too terribly. The worst part about this is the element resistances. I opted for water because Garuga is incredibly weak to water and should go down very quickly, both this one and the other one. The other one's going to take a little bit longer because it has about 13,000 health compared to this one, which has 8,000. Silverwind has hardly any weakness, if at all, to water element. It has a 10 water element weakness on the head and a 5 water element weakness on the neck, I believe. That's not good at all. The secondary weakness from Silverwind Nargacuga, the first would be Thunder, the secondary is Dragon, and the third would be Ice, but Ice is not good at all really on it. You get a 15 element hit zone on the head instead of a 10, which, you know, it's not much, it's better, but the amount of damage we would be losing when fighting Yian-Garuga here, or Deadeye Yian-Garuga, isn't worth it because there's 2 of these and only 1 of the Silverwind. Thankfully, blunt weapons do get the weakness hit zone, though we aren't using weakness exploit, but it is still a better hit zone on Silverwind's head compared to cutting weapons, though we are still losing out on damage compared to our mega boomerangs. So that's fine. I think we'll be good. We've already lost an acorn because I'm rambling on here. So Deadeye is usually one of the easier monsters for cats. Again, we lost an acorn because I'm just not paying attention right now, but it's a fairly quick fight. He gets exhausted very quickly, and that's what you're really trying to play into. Something to note is that his beak attacks do dragon damage, and we have very, very, very weak dragon resistance. I believe, like, yeah, -16, which isn't good. That's why we're taking so much damage from the physical attack. So I believe the scoop attack he did just does massive damage anyways. So you want to get behind him for that. It does throw some boulders out to the side, so you're not even just safe being out to the side there. He's doing it again. See the boulders tossing out. They get to be massive when you fight them in EX form, but for now it's not too terrible. Just get behind him. Go ahead and apply our big boomerangs there. He's going to do a tackle here, so we'll just hold guard. Dodge into him. Behind him there's a little area of wind pressure that follows him, so don't dodge immediately if you're off to his side. Wait for it until it's right behind him. I'm just going to dodge into the physical hitbox there. I was trying to show it off, but he does angle that pretty nicely. It has okay tracking. It doesn't continue to track, it only tracks once, but we were right between that rock there, so we really couldn't do much. The wings are a pretty decent hit zone here, but of course you're wanting to go for that big juicy head. The back has a 50 element weakness to water, which is really nice, even if the back is not good raw-wise. So we'll be dealing lots of element damage there. It's going to tackle and fall over there. That's good for us to just get some damage off. We're really just building gauge here, since we are once again using a deviant weapon, the Solseer Mizutsune one. We are getting more gauge gain, which is nice because that lets us get a lot more support moves out. He's going to go ahead and taunt there. I'm going to angle this up into his wing then, so I'm not just hitting legs. You can get trips. His legs are not the best hit zone though, so it won't be many trips, but you know, if you absolutely need it, you'll get it. But as long as you wait long enough, you'll get him exhausted. He's going to do the scoop jaw there. You can see how massive the hitbox is. And that's really the only scary attack if you're in the front and you cannot adapt evade. But for us, since we can adapt evade, as long as we're paying attention, like we weren't before, we should be fine. Probably going to combo this. Nope, he only does it once. Usually does combo it though, like that. See how much damage we're taking from the beak attack though. I'm going to go ahead and just soothing roll here because we have it for free. Wait for the scoop attack, and we'll go ahead and just start healing. He's gonna do a little hop there, hop forward. He's gonna turn around. Very easy monster to leverage head turns with. Yes, he can be very quick on the draw to attack, but until he gets turned around, he has to do that whole rigmarole of turning around and doing that. Like most old gen monsters, Lavinus is really special, and there are some other ones that have some turnaround attacks that can catch you off guard. Just gonna finish that there, not even scoop up. Looking at our cat here, he's gonna do the little tackle, so we'll try to close some distance. Not too much. Don't just, run at a straight line towards him, because he can still do Garuga tackles. There's an aerial tail flip. He can do that after a roar. That is why we have earplugs. Of course, earplugs are always nice anyways, especially in the G5 hunts when there are multiple monsters probably screaming at you. But it's particularly good for Garuga because he really likes to use sonic attacks. Just doing the triple fireball from Marathian there. We're getting some flinches off, which is good. He's going to do a little stomp. I'm going to punish him for that. Go ahead and dodge to the left. He's doing the peck attack. I assume he's going to combo this. No, he might do it after that, though. We'll wait and see. All right, he's just doing triple fireball again. We're at a safe distance. He can't charge fireballs or anything, so don't worry about the 4-quadrant fireball from Dread Queen or anything like that. Should be fine to just attack him regularly. He's doing another triple fireball. The best attack for us to just damage him for free. Can even get some mega boomerangs out once I feel comfortable doing that. In fact, we're almost up to 9 bars, so we should probably do that. There we go. We'll show that we can get this off fairly safely as long as we move pretty quickly. Got to be pretty quick on the draw to throw that out as well. Gonna get a nice flinch. Dodge to the left, see what he's gonna do. He doesn't have too many wide-reaching attacks. The biggest one is just that scoop jaw, but even then it's so slow you can move out of the way of it pretty safely. So not really anything to worry about there. A couple of boomerangs at the face. He's gonna back hop into another scoop. Yes, okay. This is greedy. Probably won't even get this off. Maybe trade damage at the very least. No, we get a flinch. That's really nice. Boomerang at the face here. Dodge to the right. Go ahead and charge a boomerang to get the extra distance to go for the tail. You can break the tail spines, even with a blunt weapon. Similar to Dread Queen in that regard. So you will be able to weaken the poison there. It is the super extra mega deadly poison. So don't get hit by it if you are not a cat, because you don't get free soothing rolls to do stuff with. And if you are a cat, try to avoid the tail attacks at the start of a match while you're trying to get your buffs up. I believe since he's exhausted now, his poison is also weakened. That's what it looks like at the very least. We're going to wait for him to do a standstill animation. That way we can maybe just get this off. In fact, he's doing a very slow tail flip. So we'll be able to get this one off. And this is really your big chance for DPS. He's supposed to be kind of a glass cannon, but he ends up just being a glass. He's not that scary. Like I said before, the only reason I lost an acorn was because I wasn't playing around him correctly. But as you can see here, we're hardly getting hit. Only times we are is if we're just too close and we're getting hit by stomps or something like that. All right, go ahead and throw that up there. He's going into a third one. He'll either do that 2 times, 3 times, or 1 time. Just depends on how he feels. You can see the exhaustion period didn't last very long though, and it doesn't, but you're going to be getting them quite a bit. You'll probably be seeing at the very least 2 exhaustion cycles per hunt against them, depending on whether or not you are using a blunt weapon or not. Another thing is that he's very weak to KO. He's one of the few notable monsters that actually take a bunch of damage from KO, so try to take advantage of that. Another thing to note is that when he gets back up from his stun, he does a little shaking off animation, so that gives you a bit more time to get another mega boomerang out. I don't think that one's going to hit him, but it's fine. We got a couple of hits off with it. And now that he's down to 30% health, again, very quick hunt for, at the very least, the first one. He will summon Silverwind. Now, we need to be careful because Silverwind is a ranged monster. He's probably one of the worst partner monsters to have. Unless he is the specific monster you're fighting, he's going to be very annoying because he has zone-wide projectiles. You'll probably see these tail spines actually just hit us from across the map, literally. He's right up against the wall. You can't get any further than that in this map. You can go ahead and kneel here. Thankfully, we dodged the claw swipe from Yian-Garuga. So that's good. He's doing a beak slam into another one. I should have been prepared to dodge. You usually want to. This is throwing me off now because there are 2 of them and I'm trying to pay attention to both. We're going to dodge off to the right. A roll off to the right at the very least. He's very quick on that, and it does cover a lot of distance, so you still have to be careful. We have quite a bit of health here, so I do feel a bit safer to just kind of be a little more aggressive. He's going to do a couple of hops, punish him there. Yian-Garuga misses us. He's going to do a little hop forward. I did not turn there. Should have held a little bit longer on the A button. Unfortunately, Yian-Garuga is right up to us now, so we can't really do too many safe things. We got healed by our cat though, so we should be good on that. And Deadeye should be going down pretty soon here. Again, he just takes a lot of damage. You saw it only took us 5 minutes to get to this part. So hopefully, if Yian-Garuga stops jumping, it's going to spin. And yes, the projectiles, once again, they do a little bit of damage to Deadeye. It's not much, and really will only change much if they're in the area together for a very long time, if I can speak and not trip over my words. But since it is Deadeye, it shouldn't be too long that they're in here together, so it won't really be too consequential. Dodge that. Get hit by Yian-Garuga though. We'll dodge into this. We'll probably combo it again. That still hit us though. Has a fairly large hitbox, so you do need to be careful. And I wouldn't have stayed in a roll, but I am trying to get some distance away from the two monsters together. I'm fixing to faint too, or not faint, but just lose an acorn. Depends on how you can count fainting. And we'll go ahead and just do our Go Fight Wind Soothing Roll combo here. Try to get back up to as full, or at the very least as close to full as we can. We will have to delay some of these rolls a couple times just because of the constant onslaught of attacks. All right, we're good. And Deadeye isn't that scary. You know, if Deadeye came in second, it wouldn't be that bad because Deadeye has a couple of ranged attacks and he can close distance fairly quickly, but it's not that large of a hitbox compared to Yian-Garuga's here, which is just a like large sweep. And you don't have to worry about bleed or anything from Deadeye, so he can kind of be a non-issue. But since we really want to just focus down Deadeye first, it's going to be a little more difficult, which I'm sure is the intention. All right, take some damage there. I'm fine with that though. Fireballs, they're just gonna hit the ground. I thought that one would explode. I shouldn't have because the ground slopes oddly there, so I should have expected that to keep going. All right, boomerang out. And you can see how much more the hunt has slowed down because Yian-Garuga is just in here. And it will slow down even more once we're fighting him, but until then we need to try to just fight Deadeye. All right, flip up. I think he's maybe shooting his tail spines out. No, he's just shooting them forward, so we're good. All right, boomerang there. Yian-Garuga's closing distance. Go ahead and dodge into Yian-Garuga there. Gonna back up. I think, oh, that's not good. Yeah, so roars do trigger Yian-Garuga. Like I said before, when we did Silverwind G5, the roars do trigger a flinch on Silverwind and throws him into rage mode, similar to Sonic Bombs. However, Deadeye is now down, so that's good for us, and we can actually start fighting Silverwind. So remember, the face and the neck are really the only hit zones we're trying to go for here because that's where our element is only doing damage. And element is incredibly important on cats. If you want to go for ice, it's not terrible if you have the Silverwind rod, or not the Silverwind, but the Snow Baron rod. It is still a deviant weapon, so you're still getting the extra gauge gain, and it is a whopping 50 ice element on the boomerang side. So, you know, I still think it's going to be better to fight Deadeye with a water weapon and just have to struggle a bit on Silverwind, even though I do struggle with Silverwind. But we'll see how this goes. Before this, in G4, you had to fight a Rajang, or not Silverwind, and Deadeye. And Deadeye, you know, didn't go terribly. 10-minute hunt, maybe, for the Deadeye. They both had about the same health. Deadeye had a little bit more. However, you are not letting me move, are you? Okay, he's throwing that out. I don't really have a good position here. Stinks that he has to go in enrage mode so quickly because of the roars. He's going to do a couple of hops there. I've forgotten how to fight Silverwind. But like as I was saying before, I chose the water weapon to fight Deadeye pretty quickly, and you know, Deadeye 10-minute hunt. I fought him second compared to Rajang, which took 20 minutes to hunt. My idea behind that was that maybe Rajang wouldn't be terrible because he is very squishy in general, even to raw weapons with, you know, without element. In fact, he's not terribly weak to ice element, but it is still a weakness, and cats want to take advantage of that because element is just so good on cats compared to raw. It really didn't go well, and I was struggling fighting him for some reason. You know, we fought Furious Rajang on the other G5 hunts, which, you know, is not terrible. I've maybe lost a couple of acorns, maybe carded a couple of times in test hunts and stuff like that to him, but not terrible. That particular Rajang took out 4 of our acorns and 1 cart, which was a little odd. I guess I just didn't really know how to fight Rajang. Either that or I just got so used to Deadeye being a pushover that I really didn't, you know, treat Rajang with the respect he needed, especially considering it was normal Rajang. So I'm like, well, he can't be as hard as Furious, but he kind of is. They just have a different flow to their fight. You have to take a lot more time and care when fighting Furious, but you know, you can let your guard down when you're fighting regular Rajang. Go ahead and throw a boomerang out here. But yeah, took 20 minutes. He does not have good water hit zones. It's 5 across the body, which is still something, but it's not good. And that's just why it took so long. Even though he is weak to raw, it just, you know, didn't go particularly well, which was a little unfortunate. Again, I was hoping it wouldn't take as long, but that's fine. Again, Deadeye went down pretty quickly, which makes me happy to see a monster go down that quickly with a cat. All right, he's doing the spike toss into the air, and this is where our most of the hunt is going to end up. Probably going to be about 20 minutes for Silverwind here, just because of Silverwind shenanigans. All right, he's doing spike shots. He's probably going to do a lunge. He'll boomerang out there. Dodge to the right. Boomerang here. He's going to tail slam. Just dodge that. He's doing another one. We'll go ahead and dodge into that one too. Bounce off of the tail. Not my intention. Throw some boomerangs here. Go for the face. Another thing to note is that some parts, when they are broken, like the arm specifically, get less of an elemental weakness. So they actually get a little stronger. The head is the only one that I can think of that is actually special in that it gets more. And there might be a couple more parts that get a more stronger or a weaker element on them. The head is actually nice though. Once you break the head, you get a 55 hit zone, which for cutting weapons is better because you're going from 40 to 55, not 45 to 55. And then blunt weapons go from 45 to 55. So only 10 increase for the blunt weapons and a 15 increase for the cutting weapons. The issue is that you're having to break the head or attack the head a lot more just to get it broken. But since, you know, we are just attacking the head in general anyways, because it is the best element hit zone, that is our goal, to just take care of that. Need to remember, don't dodge into the physical hitbox on the tail when he does the wide sweep, because you can't really do much. Probably could have actually soothing roll just to be fine there. But oh well, that's fine. We've got plenty of bar gauge thanks to the deviant weapon, and the deviant weapons are really just nice. They allow you to do a lot more and let you be a little bit more lax in how you're attacking. You know, dodge that in case he attacks there. He does not. Could have thrown a mega boomerang out there, but I'm trying to play conservatively here and not just take too much damage. All right, boomerang out. 2. Nice flinch. Dodge to the right here. He's gonna swipe. Boomerang. He's gonna do a couple of hops, maybe. No. He's gonna swipe, probably. Nope. Jump into jump. Tried to dodge that. Thought it would come out a little earlier, but no. You can tell I haven't fought Silverwind in a while. You are throwing me off. Okay. Soothing roll here. Try to recover some health. Do it once more while he does the spike shots. Just avoid all of the projectiles. Remember, closing distance is incredibly important on Silverwind, so you don't want to give him the space to just spam stuff at you. You want to try to close distance. Makes the hitboxes more consistent as well, so you're making sure to just dodge and not having to worry about, will this hit me or not? All right, boomerang there. It's gonna double hop, probably. No, just a single. All right, looks off to the left. Little unfortunate, ran out of my dodges there. I'm acting like he's a lot faster than he is, but he is not. He's actually decently slow until he gets mad, and then he's pretty fast. All right, boomerang. Dodge into that. That didn't even activate. So there goes the whole consistent hitbox theory out the window. It is still consistent, especially when you're dodging the sweeps and stuff. All right, boomerang. Try to close distance by sheathing and running towards him. See what he does next. Looks like he is exhausted. That's good for us. So we're gonna go ahead and try to throw this out. If I could get it before I'm hit by the spike volley, that's fine. All right, we're good. He's doing a hop into something maybe. He is exhausted, but he's still attacking. We're gonna try to get this out. Hopefully he'll stop. You gonna stop for us? Give us a chance. You are. Okay. So probably not the smartest idea to use this now, but I do want to try to get it out and get as much damage I can on the face. All right, there's the break. So now we're doing 55 hit zone worth of damage. So 55% of our damage on the face now instead of 40% or 45%, depending on what type of weapon you're using. Hopefully we can get a KO soon. Probably not, since we're not really being too aggressive on the head. He's gonna slide, wait for the hop. Okay, he's not hopping. Couple of boomerangs here. Hit the weak one, not the strong one though. Go ahead and spin into his base. He's gonna enrage, so that's good for us. This is a bit of a greedy toss here, but we might get it out in time anyways. Nice. Get a flinch. Go ahead and charge a strong one and just move away. Wait for the spike shot to land. He's gonna spin, dodge into it in case it does hit us, and just keep going for the face. It's a very simple hunt once you get in the flow of it, but even one hit can throw off your not stanza. That does not make any sense. Cadence is what I'm trying to say. Rhythm. All right, there's a toss into a spike shot that will land. I'm gonna boomerang. He's gonna swipe. Get a nice flinch. So at the very least, the flinches are happening. Tons of that tail attack there too. Gonna sheath, run towards him. See what he does. He's hopping away. Tail slam. Does he spin? Nope, just another tail slam. Be stuck in the ground for a bit. We're gonna get some poor element damage off there, but that's fine. We'll do some okay raw damage. Not really good, not really bad. There's a bite, that's good. We'll go ahead and spin. Doing a spike shot into the air. Boomerang. All right, into the complete wrong direction, but that's fine. Here comes the sweep. Just dodge it, or get out of the way of it at the very least. Go ahead and sheath, run towards him. It's doing some hop combos. So we'll try to get out of the way there while still closing distance. Little greedy throwing that second boomerang. Should have been a little bit faster just to dodge. Spike shot lands. It's doing a tail attack. Counter. Another spike shot into the air. Boomerang. Greedy. That has quite a bit of tracking too. I don't know how that works. But I don't think you're supposed to. I think deviants are just supposed to be interesting creatures, and you don't know why they can do the things they do, like homing scales into the air that still track you even after you've moved. All right, we're gonna throw that out there to maybe get a hop counter. All right, go ahead and throw a couple more at the arm there. Of course, as always with Yian-Garuga, if you break the arm, you get a topple sometimes, depending on what animation he's in. And that will be a good thing for you to get some damage off on. All right, boomerang here, just dodging the spike shots. Should be one more, not in our direction though, so that's good. All right, he's hopping, waiting for a pounce. Is that gonna be it? No. He's doing this again. If he hops at any point, we know he's fixing to pounce, but he's not. All right, dodge that. Counter. And he hit some bad hit zones here, but that's fine. He's gonna look at us, that's good. There's a tail slam. I'm gonna say maybe 15 minutes. I know I had said 20 minutes before, but he had about 1,000 less health than the Rajang I fought. So hopefully 15 minutes will be about all we have to take for him. And then the next Deadeye coming out should be 15 at most. Like that would be the worst possible outcome. You know, 10, 13 minutes maybe, right in between. Because we already have our buffs up. We have Mega Boomerang as well. Just be able to spam. Since we are just saving it here. All right, there's a hop. Yeah, he's close to a lot of distance, so we need to get rid of that. All right, boomerang, boomerang. He's gonna enrage, so we'll go ahead and get this out. There we go, get a KO finally, that's great. Go for the face once more. I know we're piercing not great body parts as it goes down, but the face is just so juicy that I think it's still worth it. All right, boomerang here. Careful. All right, another spike toss. Another one. Try to close distance once more. I do believe the map lighting actually makes him look a bit odd. Kind of makes him look similar to just regular Yian-Garuga and not, you know, Silverwind. Silverwind usually looks a little more old because he, you know, has the white hairs. But here he just kind of looks like regular with, you know, glowing highlights, which I find interesting. Again, I think it is just the lighting on the particular map, because we fought him in the Sacred Pinnacle, and that looks a little bit different. All right, boomerang out. Dodge to the right here. It's probably gonna hop. I'm gonna make extra for sure that he just can't follow that up. He's gonna do the pounce probably. No, into the tail slam. That hit us. I was hoping I could run out of the way of it in time. I was running diagonally, so that's probably why it hit us instead of just running horizontally. We also didn't get a lot of acceleration off of that short little window, so that's probably another reason we got hit. All right, ready to dodge into the slam or the pounce. He's gonna turn around. Will he do the slam? He will not. He's doing the tail slam again. That still hit us. Okay. So just dodge that. I'm trying to position. I'm trying to be fancy and position out of the way of it to counter. It's not like that's even a really good counter spot anyways, because he is, you know, right in front of us, looking away from us. So we're not getting good hit zones. There's no such thing as sneak attack in this game. And even if there is, it's not going to be that good on a cat. And we're not wasting our skills for that. I don't even think it was that good in Rise. It was a bit weird in Rise on how it actually worked, but oh well. Here comes the roar. Do some damage to the legs. I'm going to spin right under him, move with him. All right, boomerang there. Spike shot. If he hops, we know he's going to pounce. Boomerang out. Get away from him there. All right, good. Just dodge that. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. I guess he was aiming for our Palcos because they are laying on the ground, reeling in pain. There we go. There's another roar. That's not a roar. He did the double hop. How am I supposed to know? Normally you do the double hop whenever you do the roar, not whenever you do a different attack. Oh well, that's fine. We can afford to take a couple of hits. All right, boomerang, dodge to the right. Gonna hop. Stay behind him so he doesn't just pounce and deal damage to us. What's he doing here? Probably gonna try to do a ranged attack. No, I completely forgot. I was focusing more on the ranged attack than the hop into the pounce, because that's what I'm focusing on before. I was like, well, maybe you won't do it as often. 1, 2. All right, boomerang. I am well within one-shot range, so we need to be careful. Get an exhaustion flinch, so that's nice. Tail slam into the spin. Actually move away from that one, so that's pretty cool. A couple more charged boomerangs. Should be going down at any point now. Swipe. Boomerang. Dodge to the right. Dodge to the right. It's pouncing. It's back hopping into maybe a finishing pounce. No. Double. All right, he's gonna taunt after that. That's good. All right, careful. What are you doing? Worst part is when he delays his attacks, because then it just completely throws me off, and that throws me off too because I just aimed into the air. All right, dodge that attack. Didn't get the boost, whatever our cat was doing. A little unfortunate, but it's fine. Go ahead and apply big boomerangs here. Dodge into that little silver wind. Just doing the spike shot into the air. We have go that wind now. That's cool. Don't really have the gauge to use it though. I guess I could probably actually just soothing roll and spam that. In fact, if we take him down really quickly here, we'll go ahead and use that and try to heal back up to full. But if not, I don't think there's going to be a good chance. I don't feel safe just using a mega boomerang here either. That was our chance while he was doing that, but we didn't have enough gauge, and I don't feel safe doing it right now either because we didn't have a lot of health. Now we have enough health where I do feel somewhat safe using it. This is probably a bit greedy because he's not on cooldown anymore, but hopefully we can get this out. All right, cool. All right, very good. And you're seeing the lack of very strong hit zones or very weak hit zones, depending on who's looking at it, is kind of hurting us here because of time. But again, once the other Deadeye comes out, it should be good game because, you know, he won't be able to put out much of a fight, especially because he won't have another silver wind coming in to help him. That would be a nightmare. You don't have to hunt it, but you do have to deal with it. Okay, so now that he's down, we'll go ahead and carve him up. Get all the good parts from him. Unfortunately, we weren't able to carve Deadeye, but that's not the end of the world. We should be getting enough quest rewards, and the other Deadeye should maybe give us some more stuff too. Only had 3 scraps for perfect material, so it's not even enough for one Deadeye fan. Double cross, so we will have to hopefully get 6, not 6, 7. No, not 7. I'm thinking incorrectly here. 5, because you need 4 for each weapon. And then you need, of course, the elite scrap, but elite scraps are very easy to get. You should have plenty, and I mean plenty, once you finish the other quests for the G rank deviant, whatever it is specifically. Of course, you have your Might Seed gathering spot. In fact, I should probably gather here because it gives a tiny amount of gauge. Yeah, and we're gonna need that for our boomerang, so yeah, let's go for that. Right, you get mulberries, night seeds, adamant seeds, mite seeds, not night seeds. All right, and there's Deadeye. So, gonna say maybe 35, 40 minutes, and we'll be done. Not in that amount of time, but at that amount of time. All right, 2 boomerangs there. He's gonna backwards hop. We'll dodge into the war hitbox. Wasn't my intention. My intention was to dodge though, so gotta take what you can get. We're gonna bite there. Go ahead and pop big boomerangs. He's gonna do a couple of pecking attacks. He's gonna turn around, look at Benkai. Gonna go ahead and close distance with a lunge. 2 boomerangs there. We'll dodge to the right. Boomerang out. It's just gonna roar. Doesn't affect us though because of our wonderful earplugs. Let's do a little stomping tantrum there as well. Just keep attacking the wings since they're a decent hit zone. It's doing the hop. Try to counter and pre-fire there, but unfortunately didn't really work out since I didn't lead my shot enough. Here comes the scoop jaw. Dodge the boulders at the very least. A couple of boomerangs there. He's doing it once more, so get behind him. 2 boomerangs there. We'll dodge to the right. Is he doing it again? He is. So just make sure we dodge. Unfortunately, we got hit by it though since we dodged a little too early. Doing triple fireball. That's fine with us. Couple of boomerangs there. We'll dodge to the left. Doing his little stomp there. Go ahead and counter him on the turnaround. He's going to back hop a couple of times. That gives us some more damage. Comes another scoop. 2 damage there. Or 2 boomerangs there. Yeah, the whole whopping 2 damage. It's even worse than the kunais and rise. Alright, we'll take some damage here. Not paying attention. Triple fireball. I'm gonna soothing roll here in case that hits me. It does not, but we still needed the healing. Alright, boomerang there. He's back hopping. What you gonna do? Okay, triple fireball. Would have been a good chance to actually throw a mega boomerang there, but we're fine. It's back hopping. Here comes another one. Bit greedy since it is at the end of the attack, but I think we'll be fine. He has to look at us at the very least. There's a flinch. Couple of boomerangs there. There's just a tiny little bite. Does not do hardly anything at all. The worst thing is just for blade masters to have to deal with that, but it's probably not even that much damage anyways, because Yian-Garuga has the same attack and it hardly ever did anything. All right, there's that. You can see the wind pressure from behind him. Just wanted to show that off there, because you know half the time you just dodge into the attack and you'll be very safe because it gets away very far and it gives you a chance to actually throw a mega boomerang. He's not turning around though, so we'll have to hit the tail, but I think we're fine with that. We're gonna be greedy and throw another one. We already get the face break, but that's just classic Garuga having a very easy face to break. That's why, you know, Deadeye exists in Scarred Garuga, because it's so easy to break that most ones in the wild just have a broken face already. Especially because they apparently like to get in a lot of fights. All right, there's a peck. I'm gonna rotate around him here. Boomerang. Here comes another one. You can tell when he follows it up by his face being up in the air. I did not think about the scoop jaw being the finisher, and usually it is. So that you got to be careful about that. Throw a boomerang here. Dodge to the right. Just gonna do a couple of hops into the corner. So one more boomerang. He's gonna do this, so we can just guard and dodge into it to be very safe. Go ahead and get this out. We'll do a long wind up for this. No, he's just doing the taunt animation. So he always does the taunt animation after that. Still get quite a bit of damage off there on the tail. Tail is not a good hit zone for blunt weapons. Like, should be able to combo another mega boomerang here. He's going to look at us, take a lot of damage, get an exhaustion flinch, which is good. Dodge to the left. We're going to wait for him to finish before we throw our boomerang and just miss it. Boomerang out. Dodge into this attack. He's comboing it. Is he comboing it into the scoop? He is. Okay, so we're going to just keep attacking here. Nice break on something, probably the wing if I had to guess, because his face was already broken. One more boomerang out there. Get another flinch. 2 boomerangs there. Dodge into the jumping attack. 2 more boomerangs here. He's doing a jump slam into maybe another one. Not another one. He's doing the backwards fly. Now that still does wind pressure, so you still need to dodge that. You can't just, you know, stand there for free. Unless you're like in the middle of a animation with some super armor, and then you're fine. Like, I'm sure Mega Boomerang has a little bit of super armor. All right, go ahead and go for the face. Finally get our knockdown from the topple, or the KO, sorry. We'll go ahead and do this. It's better to angle it into the wing and the face, so you aren't losing as much damage, but you can't always do that, like in that particular situation. And sometimes that means getting an extra one out and not. It looked like it probably would have just been better for me to flat out just do the angling into the correct spot instead of just trying to get an extra one out because we failed the extra one anyways. I'm gonna be greedy and throw another one here. He's exhausted, which is great for us. I'm gonna go ahead and start grinding up some more bar. That way, we can maybe throw another one out and get the chance, like here. Ah, the support gauge ran out at the worst time. We're fine though. Get another flinch. Now we've got to be building bar from scratch. It's not the worst thing because once again, we have a deviant weapon, but you know, you don't want to have to do that either, especially after you've gotten some momentum, because this kills some of it. Try to do a spin here. Get some damage off there. That's good. All right, we got enough for piercing. Go ahead and apply that. And easiest way of thinking of piercing boomerangs is you're getting a, I believe, 1.5 times element modifier on your weapon. That is on paper. In reality, you might be piercing through and hitting worse body parts, or you might be piercing through and hitting harder to reach body parts. You know, really just depends. But it's that is on paper. If you're hitting the same spot constantly, it's a 1.5 times element modifier, and then big boomerangs only boost your raw damage. So technically, if you only wanted to go for element, you can just use piercing boomerangs, but you're already using boomerangs, and big boomerangs only cost 1, so you might as well just throw that one on too. All right, boomerang out. He's gonna hop maybe again. No. Good for us. Get a flinch. Couple of boomerangs there. We'll dodge to the left on a diagonal. That way we get closer to him. Can't hit us with the scoop jaw. One boomerang there. We'll dodge to the right. He's doing triple fireball. Could have thrown a mega boomerang there, but we won't. Got a flinch anyway, so that's good. Dodge that. He's gonna do another one, and to maybe another one. Yes, and we know for sure he's scoop jawing here, unless he just pulls out. He just pulled out. All right, we're fine though. Do the little thing there. He's doing the aerial tail sweep, so I'm gonna actually try to combo this. He'll get a flinch at the very least, or well, maybe not. I'm surprised you didn't get flinch from that. He'll be at some point though. Back into enrage mode. Boomerang there. Dodge to the left. Go ahead and charge this here. Punish him for that. Boomerang once more. And I think you can tell this is a really good fight for cats, because they just get to ignore a lot of his attacks. Even regular cats without adept dodges just have a very easy time against him. This used to be the monster that you would grind levels with in Generations, but the book process became better. Levels aren't that important once you get to level 50. You're going to get a couple more skills, which for min-maxing damage, sure. But, you know, in general, it doesn't hurt that badly. I think the worst part is just getting to HR 35, but if you do what we did here and just, you know, go through the deviants in low rank and high rank first, then you should very easily pass that HR 35. We're at HR 80 or something like that whenever we cleared the final urgent, which, you know, gave us a lot of stuff to be able to work with. You know, levels are unlocked to level 99 whenever you do that, when you reach HR 35, which is good. And you get a lot of other stuff as well, but that's not really as important for us. I think the best part is that you do unlock EXs a lot faster when you do it that way. I say faster, not really, because we're 200 hours into the game, and yeah, we're at like HR 127 or something like that, but it's still 200 hours. You know, that's a lot for most other games. It's not for Monster Hunter, but if you don't have the time, you know, I can understand that. Couple of boomerangs there. Goes to the right. Doing another one. Counter this. All right, is he scooping? He is not. Just pulled out. Okay, so we're good. You know, flinch. Can actually be greedy here and throw this out. Probably should just wait for go fight win, since we do have a lot of openings to just throw it out, but oh well. Triple fireball, get a flinch on it anyways. Throw a boomerang there. Get an aerial knockdown. He's just unfortunately getting beaten to the corner, the poor guy. Get another KO. So showing how even though he has more health, he's just getting bullied a lot more because he is alive a lot longer to take all of that damage. And there we go. Didn't even reach the 40-minute mark, which is pretty cool. 35 minutes, which would be about 10 minutes, 13 minutes, once we killed Silverwind. So yeah, either way, I'll carve him up and meet you back at base. All right, back in the hub, we'll go ahead and look at the weapons and armor. The first one is the Deadeye Double Cross. Purple sharpness already right off the bat, 157 melee attack and 174 boomerang attack, with I believe 10% affinity because we do not have critical up small, and 35 boomerang poison and 24 melee poison. So best, absolutely best boomerang poison weapon. There's no real argument for that. I believe the Drag Queen Rapier is actually it's the best raw poison weapon. So if you're looking at that, we'll cover that later, spoiling a little bit. But for now, we're looking at this. Again, it's your best Palico poison weapon if you're using your Palicos for poison. I don't recommend using them for paralysis because the only paralysis weapon isn't even good for Prowlers to use and get paralysis off of. So when you give it to your cats, and if your cats don't even have piercing boomerangs to apply more element, you're not going to be getting a lot of element. Thankfully, this element is pretty high, so you should be getting it fairly often with your Palicos. I don't believe there is another one, and you could probably make an argument for giving this to your cats instead, since the melee attack is a little bit higher. Not the melee attack, but the melee poison is a little bit higher. It's up to you, but this one has generally been what my cats have used for years, since this game has already been out for that long, but it's always worked. It's been fine. They get at least 1 poison per hunt, if not more, if you give them piercing boomerangs. And that's another thing too. If you give them piercing boomerangs, that's something they can do with their range stat instead of their melee stat, which won't be really getting a lot of hits off unless they do random combos, which isn't going to happen very often since they're dead all the time. As for the armor, we'll be looking at the Deadeye Hood Double Cross. Only 162. You have 6 dragon resistance, 2 thunder resistance, and 2 fire resistance. Not good. Doesn't really specialize in anything, and it has a very weak -8 water resistance, so you won't be using it for those hunts. But since you have a bunch of deviant armor already, and some that have even higher defense than this, it's not really that special. We were so close to being able to make it. We only needed 1 more, and we probably could have gotten it if we had carved the first Deadeye. It's fine though. We'll go ahead and make up 7 of them, and I'll probably just find another Deadeye at some point to get that last perfect scrap. I'll probably do the EX at some point for something, so we'll have enough for that. Unfortunately, it will probably be after we finish the other deviants, but that's fine as well. We'll go ahead and make 4 of these so we can get the weapon, and we'll go ahead and give that to Binkai. I don't think it really matters. All right, there we go. We have completed Deadeye Yian-Garuga G5. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a comment below and maybe even consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.